This Meditainment production is brought to you today by the Samurai Aquatics and Decor Metaventure. Scan that QR code or click that link in the description and dive yourself headfirst into the Samurai Aquatics Discord server to pleasure your peepers on our current and future range of outdoor decor.
Established in April 2021, Upland Development United is the oldest and most exclusive and transparent no development collaborative in the Upland Metaverse. Contact Morecheese at UN68 for more information. Warning! This podcast is produced by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment and contains unsolicited and heavily biased opinions which are solely the views of the individuals involved. It does not include investment advice of any kind, and you are responsible for undertaking your own financial, including tax liability research relevant to your own individual circumstances.
Taking over the Upland Development United. Total meta domination.
Thank you for listening to or watching the UDU podcast. This is year 3, number 98, presented by Metaverse Ventures Entertainment, Morecheese, and me, Ben68, featuring co-host Dak, Joe Lives, the agency, TV125, members from the Upland Development United team, and general Upland community members. Today's show is recording live on either Tuesday the 25th or Wednesday the 26th of April, depending on where you're at. Apologies for the last-minute cancellation of last week's show. My laptop is now once again able to chug along at some kind of level of functionality. We'll see how we go. How you doing this morning, Cheese?
I'm all right. How about you?
Yeah, I'm all right. All right. All things considered. All right. This week, we're going to catch up on some crypto and upland market news. As always, we'll run through our co-host segments and we'll dive into the topics of, I guess we'll touch on Spark Week, the Master Builders Contest, particularly the 2023 S1R, etc. car sales. London's calling, of course. There's neighborhood ratings to look at. And of course, if we have time, we'll have a bit of a speculative look towards Genesis Week. Oh, and I should say that no doubt you'll notice a few changes and omissions in today's show. That's kind of setting up for as we head into show number 100 and beyond, and also the beginning of the MVA evolution. If you don't know what the hell I'm talking about there's a few other videos that we've clipped that kind of go into details there. So make sure you check that out. Right, let's get stuck into some Breaking Badly news and take a quick look at what's happening in the crypto and upland markets. And oh, wow. Have you seen the blood, Cheese?
Yes, I have seen the blood. I haven't. You actually, got your this blood. I thought you meant the good kind of blood. All right, go on, go on. Okay. You meant the bad kind of blood.
Well, I'm curious to know what the hell you're talking about.
Well, blood in the street, yes. Good prices on property.
Yes, no, I was referring to the coinage blood. Yeah. Well, mama, look at that. Everything's down that we cover. What do we got? Tron's 1.1% down, up to 20% down for Avalanche.
But if you look at it, I mean, Bitcoin was under 20, and if 27.3 is down, then it's a nothing burger.
Yeah, we're still over the. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Polygon is under $1, so I might actually bite some more of that.
Yeah, Flow 2 down to 88 cents. Yeah. The market cap is still over $1 trillion though, so 1.1 trillion. So there's still plenty of room to move down. I still have my gut feeling that we ain't seen nothing yet.
I think you're wrong.
I think there's a huge tidal wave of blood coming.
What are we in? We're going to go into May. I say around Genesis week, we could be over 30K or maybe even over 32K for Bitcoin.
I don't know what it's like in the States, but I know that I think we may have had, it might be 7, 8, 9, maybe even 10 consecutive interest rate rises in Australia. I was kind of talking to friends and family that it's a bit weird that there's still, it doesn't seem to have taken much effect in the wider community that I've noticed, but the last probably month, it's become very obvious that that's starting to factor into things. Like we went out to the movies last Friday night in what is kind of a big, massive entertainment restauranty area, and it was dead. There was nobody there. Friday night, like 8 p.m. It was absolutely dead. So yeah, I think these interest rate rises are really starting to hit home.
Maybe they were at their local cult meeting.
Maybe. I'll have to see, but yeah, she's pretty red in the old markets there.
And I call that a good time out when there's nobody at the restaurant.
Oh, I certainly enjoyed it. Yes, absolutely. So yes, lots of red in the Bitcoin and other shitcoin markets. Upland stuff, it's, what do we got here? 90-day average trading volumes. It's this kind of keeping on that track of tracking down little by little, although the unique active wallets is up 4.6%. There has been talk that this whole, the London situation has revived a lot of the very old players sort of thing. So maybe that's part of it. Who knows? But yeah, not much happening. We only minted 2,300 properties through the week. That's quite a drop from what we've seen previously. City markets, as to be expected, everything's pretty much getting smashed as everybody scrambles for liquidity for London. I have read out Chicago, Rio, and Detroit there. Those are at least 3 of the cities that are affected by, I don't know if it's jailed properties or people who've deleted their account or something, but there's several properties on the market that screw up all the stats. I didn't have time to dive into it with much detail to try and fix it up this morning. So yeah, it says there that floor in Rio is 5,490. Sorry, 5,984 and $3. I think the $3 would be accurate. Not sure about the 5,984. I know the Chicago one's way off. Yeah, it's a bit of a shitty situation. And what do we got? Manhattan, 88,000. Well, I just gobbled up 8 properties there. So that was after I took the snapshot too. So I think the floor in Manhattan now is back over 100K.
Oh, wow. Look at you saving lives.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go on.
Kind of. So yes, I don't know. Is anybody going on the flip side and gobbling up the bargains? A lot of people scrambling to sell. Anybody gobbling it up? Somebody must be.
So I'll tell you, I haven't been gobbling up, but I actually have been spending on tracks. So, and they tend to be a lot more than bottom rate pricing. So I've been using my UPIX. I just have been using it on tracks versus, mid floor.
Is that you're trying to get a little piece of the pie in all of the various URL tracks that are around? Is that what you're doing, or is this
not just URL tracks, but also tracks that I know about that are being submitted to Upland for the in-game tracks?
Nice. Plan that
so
long
I'm
game.
Interested in all tracks. I think well, obviously I have a bias.
Yeah, that makes sense. And TV saying in chat that he is, and what have you said, Zoe? Taxman had put his hand out for 1,500 extra to middle class peeps too. Yeah, we're getting pinched from all sides over here. So yes, tightening those budgets. Nobody else? Nobody's buying? Who's panic selling? What are you doing, Cheese? You just sitting by? What's your game plan? Nobody else seems to be forthcoming with their plans.
I've been like just really busy working. Like, I don't know if you can see how red my eyes are, but I haven't been sleeping at all. I'm trying to get ready for Vegas, and it's just you just never really have enough time, even when you have all the time in the world. So, but I'm coming up with some really awesome ideas. And I can't wait for it. It's going to be so cool.
Yes, absolutely. Burning the midnight oil.
Oh, yeah. I might take a nap after this for 15 minutes.
Nice. Dr. Tid said he's trying hard to save. There is much coming and limited UPEX. Yeah, that is Upland. There's never a shortage of things to spend your UPEX on. There's always something. BAMTech stacking UPEX for London from treasure hunting. Cool. Ooh, that's a grind. All right. Well, nobody seems to be too excited about sharing what they're up to, you secretive bunch. So over to you, Cheese. What's been happening in Upland this week?
Oh my God. What's been happening is fucking Uplando is here and he is going to give us the scoop. Uplando, take it away.
Woohoo.
Awesome. I always love it. I always love it when Cheese has got the details for me and she serves it up nice and ready to go. What's going on in Upland? You know what? Obviously the big thing is tier 1 city that's going to be international. That's a huge thing. And that's what everybody's been looking to. I saw the wave coming. I felt like this was going to be something that was going to happen. And so everybody did start to get in on that selling of assets. People who got in 3 weeks ago, those were the people who really came away with the bags because, of course, they had things priced. People were sitting around. They get a little antsy. Boom, they go pick up this Block Explorer. They go pick up that MV motor, so forth and so on. And I didn't know that they were going to do this sale of the MV motors directly on top of London, but it still proves to be a lucrative motor market. I know that Dak will speak to that. But one of the things that is always frustrating about this is people selling their place in line. So even if you think that you're an hour out, 2 hours out, you might have people that are stalled, sitting in waiting, that have bumped your place back in line for the simple fact that they are trying to sell that place in line.
Uplando,
Yeah.
you can't be too mad at that though.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not at all. I'm just giving people that bit of information because I don't want them to think that they, at an hour out, that they may not have an opportunity. There's still that opportunity. The higher rare MV motors were going quickly, but again, Dak will probably speak to a lot of this. I keep my eye on this marketplace. I did see that somebody was chewing up cargo vans. Thank you for moving the floor. And again, we'll leave those things to Dak. But in terms of what is going on in Upland, I think the real focus point is going to be on the stress test. We have seen Upland improve these openings of these cities. However, this has brung out people from the woodwork. They are OGs and new players. If you look at the 24-hour across the board for Upland, you'll see it's up in most all categories. So I do think we're going to see, dare I say it, dare I even go there, multi-accounters that are going to be shuffling around liquidity, getting in there, chewing up London. The only thing we have going for us in this case is, and I'm going to shots fired on this. If you're multi-accounting and you've got your group and you're listening to this, which you probably aren't, but if you are, here's the thing. Know that when you spin your UPEX on there and you move it all around and we see it on the transactional, go ahead, do that. Because days afterward, you may find yourself in Alcatraz. You'll be no liquidity. You'll have yourself a nifty little J on your in-game Block Explorer icon.
The new badge.
Yeah, you'll have yourself
there on us. He's like, don't do it.
You'll have yourself a new badge, completed, level up, and there you'll be. The thing that's bad about that is those properties can just sit. So that's the issue. So I would have a very directed goal in mind if you're going into London. Always, sometimes the best scenario, where your Block Explorer is, not financial advice, not property advice, but that's always, a good first grab at where you are. Outside of that, Genesis Week is coming up. It's going to be very exciting. I have been speaking with some of those who are going to enter the hackathon this year and seen a couple of the projects, very interesting. I think that for this year, one of the things that they're going to take off the table, which is they had opened a new city. I think that they're not going to do that. People can correct me if they think there's going to be something different. But when you take that off of the table for Genesis, that leaves room for a whole slew of things that can be partnerships, player-based meta venture opportunities and other things that they can introduce when they're not worried about opening a city. I think it's a smart move. I think that if they do continue with city opening or something of that nature at Genesis Week, it's an extension of London Part 2. Do that. That's fine. Open it up. Outside of that, I'll be eager to see all the booths for the players that are there, the different things that are coming into play, and buckle up because London's going to be a ride. Any questions before I hand it back over? Well, anybody?
Well, what's your plans? What are you planning to do in London, if anything?
I have been tapped by a few people that have a few ideas. So there are different plans at play. Although I don't know that the concerted effort of going into a node area and getting 75% of it is feasible at Mint at any rate. I think that I'm going to gobble up what I can that my block explorer is discovering. And I have a few locations that I definitely am going to at least try. I only have 246 cents, so I'm limited on how much I can move. But so we'll see. I don't have a want for not being able to move as long as technically it allows me. But I'm saving up for this for some time. I think prices are going to be sticker shocky. And so I'm going to go for what I have been looking at the entirety since the game had started. I've looked at London and Japan and other areas on the map. So I have my favorites. We'll see if I can get them.
Yeah, I'm pretty much in the exact same boat. I'm not going to get up for the stress test, but I'll get up for the official release and just mint what I can on my tail until my budget's all zapped up.
Yeah, I've been working. So there's some FSA players. There's some new players that I've helped out, acclimate them to the game. So I think there's strength there. Start to build your integrity, your honor, your trust system with some of those FSA players so that they can, you can enrich the game for them and help to acclimate them, build up their UpX net worth, and maybe you get yourself into a situation where you've got some collection properties. And that's the long game. Collections, in my opinion, are still the most important part of this game because of the boosted earnings that you're going to get. And I'm still with that. And there's a lot of collections in London, and it's going to be tears and beers for everybody. So,
yes. Well, this is a rare opportunity, people. Uplander's back in the house. You got a question for the Uplander? Anybody?
yeah, drop it in.
There's a few things we missed in chat here. Let me just go back up and catch up here.
What
I think
Drifter
there's some.
put is
What's
kind
that?
of interesting. What Drifter put is interesting. They have a meetup in London.
Yeah, can you bring up that link, and we'll zap to that in a second. Shacky. Yep, go ahead, Uplander.
No, I was going to say, I think Squall. Yeah, I think Squall really wanted to put that together. But yeah, go ahead in a little bit more depth. Yeah,
That's
I
so
think.
cool.
Yeah.
And it's an official Upland thing, so that's cool.
Yeah. Drifter, are you going? You could stay in chat if you don't want to talk.
It's very cool. We haven't seen one of these in a long time. It'll be great to have it as a block explorer in attendance. Those are very cool. Everything about London is reinvigorating players. So I have high hopes for this. Again, I have very high hopes for Genesis and what people are going to experience there. I think people are not quite attuned to what's going to happen during Genesis in my speculation.
Yeah.
I think a lot of partnerships are going to happen. I think that the avenue to go is,
I agree with you.
What's that?
I agree with you.
Yeah, I think business to business. If you're really, meta ventures are great. They, as a stream of revenue, can be not as profitable. They cannot be as time versus, input versus time versus what you're getting out of it. So if you have a good idea, this is where Upland is kind of going towards. So you build it, you provide, you show it, they stamp it, and you're ready to go. I think we're going to see some very interesting things. I think STEM maybe, but I think we'll not see that until later on this year. But I think that's going to hugely reinvigorate people
I
Uh,
think they might just announce it though. They might just announce it for a later date release.
Yeah.
I feel that that would be a huge wave for them. I think that they should. I think that they should announce it. They have talked about it and they've said it's coming, but they haven't officially announced it. I would like to see that happen and some emphasis be put on that. I will say this, from everything that I have in talking with and having a conversation with Dirk and Edon in the cafe prior to the show going to Goldie, Edon and Dirk both. Dirk was very adamant on asking what would I like to see in there. I said horses, but before horses got to come hay. So I think that there's probably going to be that. It's going to be plant-based life, if not water, then plant-based, but we'll see.
Yeah, it depends how micro they're going to go with the whole setup. Yeah, Cheese and I kind of discussed this a little bit on last week's Wine and Cheese show. I would expect that they're going to have to announce something about that as part of Genesis Week. I think you're right in that it'll be the year of partnerships and whatnot. And I would love to see them do a kind of mic drop at the end, like they did last year with Rio, like to see them do that with Tokyo or something like that. I think it'd be really cool. What's your take on the life token or STEM or whatever the hell they're going to call it? Cheese and I kind of discussed this. Where do you think they're going to do an airdrop for people? Like I put the suggestion forward that it should be a 10% drop. Like if you have 10 Spark, then you should be airdropped, 1 life token or something like that. There should be some element in there that rewards people that have, in air quotes, invested in the game.
Yeah, it's a good question. The parameters that were when Spark happened was your status at that time, be it director, pro, chief executive, wherever you were, and then the longevity of your time in the game. Plus, they had also talked about your activity. I don't know how they measured that, but what I'd like to see is, because they have these smaller types of, the bonus login, and you're getting 0.00123, whatever it might be. I think that STEM should also be along those lines. I think everybody should get a little sliver, and I think that they should start it from the equaling of this should be starting it at KYC. Now, a lot of people are going to be sticky about that, but if you KYC, then you get a little STEM, okay? And it's based upon your time from your registration date in the game forward. I don't think you should get too much. I think most of us got 2 Spark all the way up to 4, I think is what the highest. Ben, what did you receive when you got your drop?
I believe it might be as high as 7, but remember, I think I got 2.4 as being part of the very first testers. They did a mini run with a bunch of people at the start. So don't quote me on it, but I think it might have been as high as 7.
I got 3.45.
Oh, wow. Okay. So definitely. I think that trend should continue. I think that allowing people to have some of STEM would be very advantageous for them and for players and for those to start building on that in-game resource that is actual living, would be bio type of what otherwise from be plants to animals, all things that are living. I think that there is some very good projects that will take and immediately leverage that. So it's my speculation on that, but I will say this. It would be a great idea for them to do it during Genesis. It just puts all the steam back in everybody's engines, and you get to have another in-game currency. I don't know if they'll make it, but I do feel very strong about the partnerships. I think that, and then I'll end on this before we get too long of the tooth here. I think that the avatars for Ready Player Me, I think that will be one of the most lucrative streams of revenue for anyone, because not only, and it's so attainable, unlike building these structures in Blender, with Ready Player Me, there's an SDK that's out there that allows you to get in and perfect what you're offering for players. In-game skinning, in-game assets that are wearable assets are one of the biggest microtransaction in video games, period. That's just how it is. So if you're able to utilize your Ready Player Me avatar and have a stream of revenue out there, get started now. Build for other projects that are already allowed to have Ready Player Me assets in their world, in their game, whatever it is. Build a portfolio, bring it in, approach the team, get it with the MetaVenture, but get started. And for all the others who are doing, I'm very interested for Dak's take on the MetaVentures for the speedways. I have my own thoughts on that as to how that's going to get churned out. And I'm very interested to see the direction they're going. Also, I think carts are going to make a big splash. But again, for Dak, outside of that, people, I hope to see you guys in Las Vegas. And if I don't, I will certainly try to jump in on some live webinars and podcasts.
All right, brilliant. Thank you very much for that, mate. I will endeavour to go back and just catch up on chat. I know there's a bunch of stuff in there that we've missed. Masita said that he was a bit confused about selling spots in line for car sales and using burners to deal with the transactions. Have no idea if people can go to jail for doing that. No, unless you're doing OTC, I don't believe so. Anybody have a take on that? Selling spots in line, using burners to transfer the funds for it. It's just, I think the risk is on you.
Yeah, the risk is on you. You have to kind of know the person. If you put the amount on a burner and they pay it, they're paying the tax.
Yeah.
So it's really not OTC. If they purchase it for crypto, say, or PayPal, then yeah, that's offendable and whatnot. But yeah.
Yeah, I got myself into that sticky situation recently when I picked up my S1R. There was part of that was OTC, and I didn't even think about it at the time. But then I had to go back and I had to pay in the equivalent amount that was missed to the community pool. So as long as you're being proactive in paying that community pool fees, and the easiest way to do that, of course, is to just stick within the app and work through it there. So there shouldn't be any drama. But yes, it is.
I think the idea of positioning, especially given how hard it is for people to get a spot in the raffle while other people have like 12 spots.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to buy a spot. The transaction process is where it gets tricky. And again, it goes to the same thing. Every time you do something like this, it's all a trust factor. It's, I don't condone it and I don't prohibit it in URL.
Yep.
I'll just put it that way. It's buyer beware.
Yeah, it's, correct me if I'm wrong, but you still can't list in car showrooms as a third party. You have to give them the car. Yeah, so that would remove all of that. So hopefully,
correct.
Hopefully that comes through sooner rather than later. And Happy MFR has said he got a Series 1R today, but now broke for London. Whoa, congratulations. That, I would imagine that's probably worth at least 5K straight off the bat. Yeah. So well done. All right, what else have we missed?
Happy's happy.
I would imagine so.
He's one happy motherfucker.
I got up at 2 a.m. and looked at my place in the list. I think the closest I was 300, so I just went straight back to bed. It's interesting to see that there's still lots of cars still available. There doesn't seem to be much demand with everything else that's going on, unless it's a cargo van or an S1R. Like those are both vehicles that have some presumed very close coming utility associated with them, where the other cars,
well, they still have utility. I mean, for the person who can't afford the S1R or the cargo or whatnot, 80,000 is a good price for a regular car to get you from A to B.
But you can pick them up under mint. You can pick them up under mint for USD. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, for you, yeah. But what if you don't want to spend USD and you have big divs and you cannot lie?
Pardon me. Yes. All right. What else did we miss? Yeah, Uplander. Yes, very good to see Uplander back.
Yeah, that was great. Thank you, Uplando, for coming on. That was nice.
I agree. I really appreciate it. I am so many things. And thank you for reminding me. Last little thing. School. I have never abandoned school. I'm never going to abandon school. It is always going to be UDU. And I have just built Finsky's. We're starting on his last build and then on to DTech and others. I am committed to building 3 structures that are from the mansions down, any 3 structures, spark, throw a little spark on there to get it started. And then I'm dropping spark on there and getting those built out. There is no color. Think Crayola, think school, crayon type of colors, go crazy, go wild. And we'll get it built out and it will have a function. It still is in the process of working. I have been working with 2 people for so long, and it takes a lot of time. So there will be a function for school. This has never been about a big flip making money, although if you do, good for you. It's been about the community, having some education in the game, and then providing something so that players can get acclimated and make a go of it. That's what it's for. If you're over there, start your build and I'll get some spark jumped on it.
Yes, it's what are we, 2 years in for the UDU, and we've now reached the point where there are no builds getting put up in Mid-10 Terrace. I finished all mine and started to build others, and yeah, then I went and completed all my school and my my Strupwoods, and now I'm just staking on some that are in Bronxdale. So yeah, she's long-term plans. All right, we need to get moving here. TB 125, are you there this week, mate?
I am indeed. How are you?
Good, mate.
Excellent. Apologies for no camera. I'm stuck at work right now, so you're just going to have to listen to my voice instead. Your point about cars was quite interesting because obviously I own a vehicle-based meta venture, and that issue with people not being able to list their own vehicles is constant bugbear. I get messages about it all the time, and it's the same for the outdoor decor stores. The structural ornament stores as well. I think it relates to, I did ask Upland about this and I got sort of a half response. So I think it relates to the fact that items have to be physically present on the property to be able to be listed. And there isn't currently a way for people to get their items to another player's property. So I'm wondering if that might all tie into transport of freight and that kind of thing at a later date. But it would be nice to see it fixed because right now it's not particularly beneficial from a store owner perspective. But that aside, FIFA stuff, it's been pretty quiet. I'm starting to look forward to the Women's World Cup and that kind of thing coming up. So I think there will be a bit more excitement around that once we get towards that. I will say through my store, I've had a lot of trades this week for no obvious reason. People have been snapping the cheaper stuff up. People are listing stuff at 300, 400, 500 UPIX, and I think at that price it's worth a shot. But with London coming, I was surprised at how many of those have been sold. So there is still some interest there. Less so on the NFLPA front, and soccer stuff is all pretty quiet right now. Personally, I'm quite excited that Aston Villa's coming into the game because they're my team and they're actually doing all right for once. So that'll be quite interesting to see how that comes in. I'm wondering if there's going to be an announcement about a wider involvement with Premiership football in the UK, that kind of thing, which I think would be great from their perspective, because that's going to be a big interest area if it does come about. But right now, not too much trading and stuff going on. Cars, we've talked about quite a lot. I've been basically just buying vans for US dollars and selling them on in UPIX over the last couple of weeks to try and get some money into the game for London. So there's definitely a strong market for the vans, as Dak mentioned, and the other stuff's still selling as well, just not for quite the same sort of markup. Nevertheless, it'll be interesting to see what those 1Rs that have gone out today start fetching in the coming weeks. I'm quite fascinated to see what impact that will have on the ones that are already out there, and whether there's a big market for them or not. Absolutely. And then finally, the structural ornaments side of things. I've sold a few of those through my ornaments showroom as well. In case anyone didn't know, I now somehow own 3 meta ventures in Las Vegas, which is bizarre because I don't have any special knowledge of the system. But unfortunately, I'm not making any real money out of them, so it's largely irrelevant at this point. But if anyone wants to know more about Meta Ventures and how they work behind the scenes, feel free to reach out to me. I'm now trying to get a factory going so that I can start building some stuff to put in it and be hot on Ben's heels here, but we'll see how that goes. Other than that, not a huge amount to report on the legits and Meta Venture side of things today. Anybody got any questions for me?
We're all shy in here today, apparently.
Seems that way.
You get any new interesting cars in your shop lately?
I've had tons of throughput. I mean, nothing particularly special. I've had about 50 messages from people today reaching out to try and sell me stuff. So I'm gonna have to start trawling from them through those in a minute to see if there's anything worth picking up. I've got a couple more vans and things inbound. So if anyone's interested in those, feel free to let me know. But that's about it. And then one slightly less enthusiastic piece of news is that I've just found out I'm going on a military deployment starting on the 1st of June. So I'm going to miss Vegas, which is a real shame.
Come on. Caven in chat has asked, where are you from? Nice accent.
I am from England, but living in America at the moment, although not for much longer.
All right, thank you very much for that, mate. Dak, are you sticking around for a while? We have something we might want to squeeze in.
Go for it.
All right, we do have a bunch of people in from the Playa node. Now, I will bring that up. Playa is absolutely kicking butts at the moment. If I'm just pulling up now the neighborhood rating leaderboard. Now, Century City was leading that for at least a few weeks, but Playa is kind of kicking clear. So open the door up to anybody from the Playa node if you wanted to give us the goss on what's going down in your neck of the woods.
Hello, Ben.
Hey,
Hello,
mate.
Morecheese.
Hey.
Hello, people. Musida, BC, I see a lot of familiar faces here. Thanks for having me. Hello, Happy. I don't know if you remember me, but I was a crazy Brazilian that sent a lot of Brazilian rap to you when I just started in the game.
That's awesome.
So,
Look at Happy's smile. I love it.
guys, I was really not expecting this because I was at the hospital. I haven't slept. I came home and BC sent me the link. I entered and now I'm here. I'm like, you know, more or less. I need you guys to ask me questions. I cannot talk.
So tell us about Playa. What's Playa?
Playa is a way of living.
There you go.
Playa is everything for us.
Playa's life, eh? You guys are doing great. We'll see you on the leaderboard. You guys are killing it. How
Yes,
many more
ma'am.
days until the collection reveal for this month? Is it like the exact end of the month? Well, let me see.
That's
Like
the
the
question
30th.
that's the $1 million question. If someone has the answer, I would like to know. We have tried to figure out, but we are thinking like working for get everything done by the end of the month, but you know, we are thinking that maybe it could not be exactly the time and hour. Ben is OG in the game. He's the one that created the node.
Yes,
term.
he is. Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So
This
are
ain't
you
about
guys,
me. This is about you. Thank you, but yeah.
are you guys
Yeah,
looking to
but-
create something else in London maybe?
I don't know. London for me is special. I always wanted to have a London in Upland because I've been there 10 years ago. You know, I worked 3 years to spend 2 months there. I could have gone to somewhere cheaper, but I wanted to go to London. So that's a place that I really like.
Nice.
And I haven't studied nothing yet. You know, I'm not being able to spend as much time on Discord right now as I wanted. But what I was saying about you, Ben, is that I was going to ask you if you know the date. You are a person that I would ask, not me.
If you know the date, no, I don't know.
No,
Oh,
we
no,
we
mate.
just pretend that we know stuff.
Yes.
We're really good at faking it. But wait, I did want to ask you one more thing.
Yep.
Oh no, I forgot. Yeah.
Well, I've got a question. There is a lot of, I know there's a lot of movement in the community now. I don't have my fingers in all of the pies, but I know there's a lot of the projects that are higher up in that list, the neighborhood rating list, that are moving around decor. They're trying to do different things to see how that influences the score, if anything. I think it's a bit weird that Upland hasn't specifically outlined how these figures are calculated. I don't think anybody's wrapped their mind around that yet, although I know there's a lot of people that have dived heavily into the numbers. Is there anything that players doing specifically to try and boost their score?
No, we're just trying to, we have 5 categories, right? Categories, I forgot how to pronounce it. Anyway, we try to increase all of them, you know, spark per hours. We try to increase, we had a partnership. We got some people from Praia da Bandeira. That's the Brazilian node. No, Musida is there also. I think Miradi too. So they are helping us, and we are just trying to max out everything, you know. We are not like have any like specific, you know, strategy or something different. No, we are just trying to max out everything that we can.
Yeah,
And I'm in their Discord, and I see them all the time, like, I'll put it here, put the spark here. They're very like organized in that sense, and it's nice to see that kind of energy.
Hey
Yeah,
guys, I'm gonna play it, and I know what it is, but I'll tell you guys next month, okay?
Yeah, that's right. I was gonna say, you don't want to say it.
But there is a lot of hard work and a lot of organization, and it's cool, man. And we love Caven. His dad's in the hospital. He's working hard for us still. And it's a great
I'm
community, a great
sorry.
group. We got Mojave Bullet, Salas, Essay. We got some
BC,
great people in the house.
we
Yeah,
got Miradi,
Kinder.
Kinder in the
So
house.
it's a really great community. And you know, I think that we landed at the top and we're defending it, you know.
Yep.
We're working hard to defend that position. So yeah, I hate that mystery stuff too, you know, about what's happening and why. And but I'll tell you next month. Woo!
That makes perfect sense. But yeah, don't
Thanks a
forget
lot,
too.
BC.
You've been on this show for ages now, so the door's always open. You know, once you guys and girls get done what you want done, you're always welcome to come on and discuss things at more detail whenever. It's always an open door. Sorry, Caven, you going to wrap up there?
One thing that Morecheese reminded me when she said that she see we organizing the sparks is that one of the things that I prioritize in Playa is like we have our code, you know, we have our rule number 3, like if you get things, you give things, you know, we're gonna help, you help, and we grow together. That's my idea. That's what I'm trying to do there. So right now, I'm not making any buildings, you know, I'm just helping people. And after, we're gonna help people that help it, you know. That's what I like in Playa. How that's what I've been. It's not always easy because you guys know there are human beings involved. But that's my work. I have been working on it for a long time, and now people are starting to understand, you know, how, you know, you don't be greedy, just help. After you be helped, you know, we're gonna grow together, and it's making me happy that see people understanding that, you know. So yeah, that's it, guys. Playa O Plomo.
Nice.
Playa O Plomo. Thank you, Caven. Thank you for coming on and talking about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks
Because
a
we put you on the spot in chat there out of the blue. So thank you for that.
I helped you out a little.
Yeah. All the best for that. Like we said, we've got no idea when that first neighborhood collection is going to be, the snapshot's going to be taken or anything like that, but best of luck. And yeah, we'd love to get you back on at some stage or anytime that you want to. So good stuff.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot for calling me. It was good. I'm really flattered.
We're a very open, easy to go show here, mate. So it's all good.
Yeah.
And best of luck with everything you've got going on the family side too. It seems like you got your hands full.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Over to you, Dakman. Are you there, mate?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, Playa's everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice job, guys and ladies. All right, so I will share. Let's see if this works. I wanted to do, because I always forget things, so I put just a quick little deck. So it's Champions Cup Season 1. We call it Champions Cup because we only deal in S1Rs. And this was, last week was the second race. And it happened in Portage Park. It was sponsored by the UPX podcast. I was actually on when they were talking about Playa Del Rey, so it was kind of cool to hear some of that. That's where I kind of mentioned the gnomes in the chat. That was funny to hear about that. But so Portage Park, it was great. This is a really interesting track. You can see it in the replay, everybody knows it, but there are certain turns in Portage Park Raceway where it just kind of like zooms or blocks you and it just kills you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's either you're going to like get a jet boost or you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
So, and so it was really interesting to see, but it was really good. The results were, we have, as everyone knows, we have 10 drivers. The top 3 of each qualifying heat. So we have 3 races, 2 heats and the final. And so the qualifiers of the top 3 of each heat make it to the final race. And then you can just kind of see, that's why they have D and Q, but then you kind of see their time. So you can see how they're placed in terms of 1 through 10, because there are points that are awarded based on your position, and that can have an impact for the overall Champions Cup champion. So the final lap, or the winning, was Up the Dale with a 3:09.482, which in Portage Park is a crazy
That's a
time.
screaming time.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. He got double boosted on those quick turns, and he was gone. And then it was a race for third place. That's where the fun was in the race for third place between SC Kicker and Mass Chef. Sergeant Loco was able to lock in that place really well. The thing about the way that we do this is, so Up the Dale took first place, but if you look at the overall leaderboard, Sergeant Loco is actually in first place over in the overall leaderboard. He had third place last week. He had got second place this week, and he's at the top of the leaderboard because he's been the most consistent. But you can kind of start to see like the different points. And so we are going to be kind of tracking all that. You guys will be able to see who's kind of making the top of the leaderboard. What's interesting is that like Up the Dale and Sergeant Loco are independents. They're representing their neighborhoods and groups. Up the Dale with Red Hook residents, and Sergeant Loco with Latinos Unidos. And so what's kind of cool is that they're already in the money. And what I mean by that is there's a entry fee for the drivers, but from their winnings and because of our sponsors, they're already, these 2 drivers are already in the money. So any position they get, any earnings they get, it's all going to be profit for them for the next 4 races. So that's actually pretty cool to be able to say that. And really, it's just another way of saying thank you to the sponsors, because that's what makes it possible. Our third race is going to happen this Friday, April 28th at 6:30 p.m. UTC or 18:30 UTC, 2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific. So hopefully folks can make it. It will be taking place in Gilded Gamers Hollywood Hills Raceway. It is being brought to you by Hyde Park Ninjas and their group out of LA as well. And so if you get a chance, come on out, check it out. We telecast this on Twitch, and we are doing it on the Spatial IO through Elijah and the Real Note LA. And they actually get out into the Spatial IO theater, and they're dancing and they're having fun. So it's actually kind of a cool way to watch it. We had some technical issues with Discord, so we are dropping Discord this week, and we're just going to focus on streaming on Twitch and the Spatial IO. But we also do record it and then post it to our Metaverse Racing News Network. And there's the link for that. So if you weren't able to see it, you are able to go in and watch the replay and enjoy that. Hopefully folks start checking it out. We usually have a little challenge for people participating, for the audience participation part. And this race, for race number 2, Mars Utah from Red Planet Art, who is one of our silver sponsors, he gave me an NFT, which is a music video for the second race sponsor, which was UpX Podcast. He did the intro song for them, and he did it and he minted it as an NFT. So it's one of the first video NFTs. And that's kind of cool. And we are going to be auctioning, we're raffling that to people who participate and kind of engaged on Twitter, trying to help get promotions going. So with that, I think, Ben, if we want to do the raffle.
Yes, I believe I have that ready to go. Surprise, surprise. Let me check here. It was Tickmaster. Yeah, this is the one, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. All right, let's see. Now, this was for an NFT prize.
Yep. And it's
Okay.
only one of 50. And it's a rap that was done as an intro for the UpX podcast. And it's the Christmas. Well, it has the Christmas edition album cover.
Nice. And the winner is
Elijah.
Elijah. Congratulations.
Sweet.
Yeah,
All
that's
right.
seems
I'll
kind
get
of
that
fitting.
to Elijah so he can enjoy that. It's actually pretty cool. He gave me 2. He gave 1 for me. So I was really like, woo-hoo.
Nice.
So, but there's going to be other events and other things. Last week, for the first race, we gave away 10,000 UpX. This one, we gave away the limited edition NFT. So definitely tune in, enjoy. If you can't catch it live, check it out on YouTube. Mass Chef, who kind of helps me with the whole thing, he usually gets it up over the weekend. So you should have more than enough time to get your entries in before we tape this MVE podcast, so that you can be in the raffle for whatever the prize is that week.
Nice.
The other thing is that Metaverse Racing News Network, we started it with URL because obviously that's where we're racing right now, but it is not just for URL. So if you have a racing league, if you know of racing events that you want to promote and you want to talk about, definitely let us know. Our goal is to eventually start doing like little shorts on different racing that's happening in the Metaverse, not just Upland. It could be Rev Racing, it could be Taco Racing, it could be Zed Run, anything like that. So just let us know, send us some information, and we'll get you guys into the Metaverse Racing News Network.
Thank you very much. Can you, when you get a chance, can you send me any of the links that you would like added to the YouTube description? I might not get it in my scramble to get this uploaded before I go to work. I might not get it done this week, but I'll endeavor to get that patched in afterwards.
No
and then,
worries.
of course, moving forward.
Yep.
All right. And
in terms of cars, cargo vans, those things are hot. And no, I did not get an S1R. I didn't even. I was hours, days past when it opened, so I was like, yeah, it's not even worth it.
yes, it's frustrating. Absolutely.
So congratulations to everyone who got one. Happy for you. Congrats.
Happy, joy,
And
joy.
yeah, and then maybe you'll be able to race when we announce season 2.
Absolutely. Now I'll just bring that up now because we're talking about it, so we might as well show it now. Now, I did really. What do you think about the look of this year's S1Rs?
Did it? It reminded me of a Camaro.
I like the way you said that. You said that like my Italian uncle would say it, a
It's a
Camaro.
Camaro. Yeah.
It looks like a
Oh, is there a different way to
Camaro.
say it?
I don't know. And maybe that's just a New York way of saying it.
Oh, you're right. I should have said an IROC Z.
Let's go to the
Nice.
store and get a smoothie in my Camaro.
All right. Every now and then the New Yorker accent comes out.
Yes. What did you think about? It was interesting that they didn't try to like auction any of those off. They just went full for the whole raffle system. Whereas the previous S1Rs, the first mint run, it was all, it was very expensive. Like I think it was 2 to 3 million that people were paying, maybe even upwards of that. Correct me if
Yeah,
I'm
the
wrong.
highest bid for the first pick was 5.5 million.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
any
And
speculation on
no,
why they moved away?
well, because there's a lot of hype for the first one, and they didn't have the technology in place to actually go through the process of releasing it the way they are able to release it now.
Mm.
It also does make it a lot more democratic. I mean, you still got to get past the luck factor, which I've never been lucky in these raffles. But if you're lucky and you can get one of those top 10 spots, I mean, you're going to have a low mint 2023 S1R.
Yeah.
That is lottery.
Yeah, I personally think the floor on those will be, geez, I think you're looking at least 3 to 5K, like USD.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I think that the S1Rs are going to be about, the 2023 S1Rs are going to be around 1,200 to 1,800.
Interesting.
Which is still, considering that they were 840 in UPIX. So if you're a high, if you're making $1 million UPIX a month,
Yep.
that's, a month's worth of earnings. That's an easy play.
Yes, absolutely.
Easy.
All right, we'll see how it all pans out.
Now, I will say I'm very interested, sorry, real quick, to see if this changes the dynamic, because when it was just the 2022 S1Rs, and people were already saying that when damage comes out and mileage comes out, they didn't want to race the S1Rs.
Yeah.
Now that we're going to have more S1Rs out there, will more people be up to racing at an S1R level?
Yeah.
Hey, Dak. Sorry, Ben. Drifter asked, do the original S1Rs have better stats? And do you think, like, I personally think they're going to be worth more than the newer ones? What do you think?
The originals are going to be worth more. And I'm still trying to figure out, because I saw one stat and the speed factor was 89, but in the S1Rs
it's a mix. Yeah.
Okay.
This year's S1Rs have higher stats in some parts, but not in others. So I think it's good the way they've done it. Yeah.
And Upland does look the same thing. Because when I saw just the speed rating, I'm like, that doesn't make sense that it's an 89 versus like a 92 or
Yep.
93. But then it makes sense their handling might be better, so they can take turns better. So depending on your driving style, because they are going to be implementing that lane shift model, right? Like Spy Hunter, where you can shift lanes and stuff. So if you can shift lanes, take a more aggressive turn, and you have high handling, that's when you can actually do better passing.
Yeah, don't quote me on it, but like the speed is greater on one, but the weight's higher on the other, or the acceleration's lower. So it was good. I know I had a very quick look at it and I was like, oh, that's great that they have kind of mixed it up to give both of them value. And, there's flexibility. Like if you want to go for the high speed and play with the RNG and that side, there is some elements of more gamification coming into it.
I just want to ask, I know you said it was mixed up, Ben, but I just wanted to hear that stat that Dak was going to drop. Because you said, that the S1R in the previous was 89. Continue that thought.
Oh, no. This is what the S1R now is, the 2023, I saw 89 for speed factor, but the S1R in 2022 was like a 92.
Oh,
But
right.
So that's what Ben was talking about, that, yeah, the speed factor might have been lower in the 2023 than the 2022.
No,
but,
I get it. I just wanted to know that stat. I just wanted to know the numbers. Thank you.
Now, what's going to be interesting is when you can modify the cars and then see how you can kind of tweak it further so you can maximize the strengths of each of the cars.
Yeah, and mileage is going to impact on, your speed stats and all that sort of stuff. There's no end of ways that they can tweak it. You just have to wait and see.
Yep, it's going to be fun.
All right, we are running long, so I don't know. Rob and Joe, are they both in this week?
Yeah. Wow.
Over to you, Cheese. To
Hey, you
Hey.
set me up. Wait, is Dak gonna twerk? Dak, are you ready?
No.
Ah, fine.
Don't
All
want to throw
right.
out your back. Welcome to
All right,
episode
like
number
just
30.
ask all the Playa Del Reys to say, drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Go ahead, BC. You're gonna do it. Go ahead. Get him in there, agency.
We're gonna drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Playa Del Rey. We're
Drop
gonna
it like
drop it
it's
like
hot.
it's hot. Yeah.
Nice.
We party
Thank
every
you.
Friday night too, guys. Free giveaways. We party. We're party animals, man. We've been doing it for a long time. It's amazing. Yeah, West Side, Mildred. Yeah, he's in Brazil. That's one of our Brazil players.
No, East Side. I don't know what I'm doing.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
All right, hot boys, take it away.
Thank you, everybody. And yeah, we do have Joe back, which is really nice. And new Funko news this month. Our last Funko was April 1st. But we do have a major drop to announce that it happened. It actually happened last week, but we didn't have the show to bring it up. But and it is Apex Kings Racing Project. And a little bit about them is it is the ultimate car collecting and racing game. Immerse yourself in the world of authentic NFT cars from renowned manufacturers such as Saleen, Citroen, Rover, Opel, MG, and Austin Healey. Engage in thrilling marketplace trades and put the pedal to the metal as you race against other players for exhilarating prizes. Assemble your ultimate garage with an unmatched selection of vehicles from brand new releases and classics to supercars, muscle cars, rally cars, and one-of-a-kind special cars. So a little bit more about this pack release. It is their first, and it's an ignition pack. It's a limited edition, and this is for any must-have car enthusiasts. And it contains 3 exclusive cars with a good chance of acquiring rare and valuable vehicles that will rev up your collection. As the number of NFT cars is equivalent to the number of real cars manufactured, the first drop guarantees valuable and meaningful cars for the true auto fans, which is cool. And they are $29.95, as you can see there. And there's only 1,000 packs, and they're about half sold out. So you get the 3 cars, and there's rarities being legendary, epic, rare, uncommon, and common. And I love that they have the real life cars in there. And according to their roadmap, the alpha game releases this quarter. And then in the next quarter, they're going to have a token sale. So this is just kind of a heads up before the game comes out. And I bought a pack and got 3 rares out of it. And the sale has about 1 day left. So get them while they're good.
while they're hot, you missed it.
All right. So next thing we're going to talk about is NFtopia #2. And congrats on the Playa. I've been on a little hiatus from Discord and Upland, and so that was awesome news to hear. Congrats. Okay, so NFtopia is happening this upcoming weekend. We had a great experience at this event last time, and we're happy to see it carry on. Waffles Kitty and Company have been doing well, bringing it all together. And Breakman from Consumer Break has been doing hype events, giveaways, and promos. You can actually already go check it out. And there's like even a pond to fish in. The link to register will be in the description. We will be having a booth there again to support. And even though we don't have a lot to promote or sell due to my hiatus, we'll have a couple of cool NFTs for the people who come out by your booth and support us and NFtopia.
I'll give you some to that. I give you some.
Ooh,
cool.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, and they'll be doing another puzzle piece blend. The last time when we got all the puzzle pieces, we were able to blend it into a wizard avatar, which I will be wearing there. I'm not sure what the blend will get this time, but I'm definitely going to try to do it.
Yeah, that is cool. So Nova Pangea, they still have their drop available, and it's a pretty nice size offering. And you can turn your cards into points and trade them in for something that you would need, like a plot of land, a building, or a worker. I've been trying to figure it out over the last couple of weeks, but I have been having my worker work 12-hour shifts to get some in-game currency. But I will report more in the following weeks on how this is going. Also, we got Skatecoin and Senior Lupe, who we've talked about, and they both have a collab that is dropping at 1500 UTC or 7 a.m. PST. And on Senior Lupe's Twitter, there's like a little video teaser that shows a bunch of like real life skate decks. So I'm sure some of those could be them, but they look cool. And so don't miss this.
Is this it?
I think so, yeah. And so don't miss this happens on Thursday morning. So yeah, those are them.
Wow. Physical. You can't hear the music. I forgot to share the get in the physical. All right.
I thought you just said that. I thought it was awesome.
Nice. All right, great. Perfect segue to Drawn Company. They got a Series 4 pack drop. The Revolution will be minted. From their Nifty drop page comes a description. Series 4 arrives on the Wax blockchain 4/28/2023 as an NFTopia exclusive. It's our biggest collection yet. The Revolution will be minted. 15 new, funny, crude, rude, new classic panels, collectible paper chads, and 7 cell art variants, 5 souvenir postcards, and don't forget, the March of the Dildicons has begun. Find one of 130 Dildicons. Mint passes to blend the hottest new PFP of 2023, Dildicons.
Oh my
They're
god.
one of one pre-minted wax NFTs, and they come in 3 rarities.
Look at that.
Clearly,
Wow.
I know. Clearly, this is NSFW, unless you work in an adult bookstore. They are apparently releasing some new videos on YouTube for this new Series 4, which I think is awesome, and I'm looking forward to watching.
Well, it's only 40 wax. That's not bad.
Yeah.
When does it start?
On the 28th.
28. All right.
Yeah. So yeah.
I might buy one.
Shelter Group's a collector, apparently.
I have to go see what you have in your wallet, Shelter. I'll see it after the show.
He's sticking up for Dildicons. Heck yeah.
Dildicons.
I like it.
That's so cool. All right.
And then we got Tales of the Crypto ran out this week on Sunday at 20 UTC or 12 PST with one of our favorite mystery drops they do. So, and I also got my Valentine's Bleeding Heart that had been like, weeks away. And I only mention this because this was my first airdrop that I ever got. So I thought it was worth mentioning. So yeah, that'll do it for this segment of
BC. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop
There
it
you
like
go.
it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
Yeah.
Contagious.
thanks again. And I'm glad you're back, Ben.
No worries, mate. Cheers. All right, we are running out of time. I'd love to stay and chat all day, but I do have a in real life job to get to, so we'll touch on a few things pretty quickly. Now, I mentioned that we were going to discuss things like Spark Week and whatnot. We won't dive into it in too much detail. Spark Week, it was interesting to see that there was a bit of a flippening where all of the tiny Spark got gobbled up, but lots of the big Spark was left hanging for ages and ages. What's everybody's take on that? Are you giving up on Spark? You still getting it? Are you getting enough with treasure hunting?
I think it's just expensive. It's like, to be realistic, like all the cheaper, well, not really cheaper, but less inexpensive versions of it went fast. But that's a lot to save up for over $400. Like, even if you had the money, it's like, can you see yourself truly spending? I mean, if I made it in the game, I would, because I have the business, I want to expand, I want to grow, but times are rough, Your Honor.
Yeah, well, it speaks to I think it probably speaks to the wider downturn in the crypto market and everything like that we discussed at the start of the show. But yeah, it's definitely interesting. Kevin says that Brazilians don't buy Spark, they treasure hunt. Yeah, I know a lot of people, they're just willing to put that grind in, and yeah, good on you if you can do that. It's definitely an awesome way to do it. And what have we got? Yeah, the amount of Spark for sale was reduced by 30% too, and yet it was still left hanging there for days. All I wanted to get was 0.15, and yeah, I didn't bother getting up because I was so used to those small amounts being available for ages. And I got up and she was all gone. Try again next month. I'll have to wait and see.
And they keep reducing it more and more every time, every month, like Caesar said.
Absolutely. That would probably change if they said, hang on a minute, but you're going to get a 10% stem drop or something like that. We'll have to wait and see.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice during research. We're just knuckleheads flapping our mouths on the internet. Yes, we did have another round of the Master Builders competition. Congratulations to Antique Master for winning the Las Vegas one. That's a pretty cool design. There's a lot going on there. Holy moly.
His designs were freaking crazy in a good way.
We had kind of an OG builder, land for land, managed to secure one too. Brownstone Queens.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I love the cracks in the stone on the stairs. It's very, and then the design and the architect. That's one thing that I do miss in New York walking around, is the architecture and the designs and whatnot. It's, if you're an artist, there is sorry, I don't know what. If you're an artist, it's a great way to get motivated. If you just kind of walk around, even in the Bronx, you just see this beautiful architecture and design work.
Yep, absolutely. And sorry, go ahead.
You know how you have like wines and wins and all that?
Yep.
I'm from Queens, and I'm like, I love the brownstone. It's a great design, but it's not Queens.
It's Brooklyn.
And then why does Brooklyn or Upper East Side, right?
Yeah.
So why, and then why so many apartment buildings are going to have massive spark hour requirements? Like, I wanted just simple, nice homes to win or to be submitted, but that's just my own personal. I love the work that's been done. Don't get me wrong. I just think that there is definitely themes for each of the cities, and I love those creators that actually try to incorporate the themes. Now, a row home is very Queens, and if anyone knows what row homes are, it's almost like a brownstone, but not exactly.
Yeah, I put the proposal forward that any structure that met the requirements should be available for sale for a limited time, and then whoever sells the most is stays on as the winner. Yeah, there's a lot to work with there. I do know that there was some controversy. Wasn't there something about some of the submissions that got through were of landmarks, and you're not supposed to copy landmarks? Some of them were using dark colors or something, and you're not supposed to use dark colors. So there is a bit of controversy kicking off there, that some of the rules and regulations that Upland have put forward weren't adhered to as part of the submission process.
True, but devil's advocate, everybody bends the rules for their own sake every now and again.
Oh, we wouldn't know about that.
We would know about that. So nobody's mad at anybody. Congratulations to everybody who, yeah,
this is definitely, if there is any fault there, it's on Upland for not sticking to the rules that they put forward. So it's definitely not on the designers, no way. And last of all, we had another one by Antique Master, just a behemoth in Buenos Aires. So that was pretty cool too. All right, what else do we have to touch on? London, nobody seemed real keen to talk about London. Were you all that secretive? I know I'm definitely not going for collections. I give up on collection speculation years ago. As I mentioned, I'll just be mitting my tail.
Well,
I don't know.
This is the first real sort of chance to do a node, and we haven't gotten that chance in quite a while. Not us directly, but other people who who would like to mint one out. It's going to be one expensive freaking node. I'll tell you that much, but it is a lot of properties, 20,000. It's not as much as LA, but it is a good chunk. And I think people do have a good chance to kind of establish themselves, and what a place to establish themselves if you have the UpX, because it's going to be a doozy.
Yeah, there was a few people in the UDU server mentioned, are we going to go for a node and this, that, and the other thing, but we don't even consider it unless there's a dedicated node manager. So yeah. Yes, I think myself, and I know Uplando said, I know other people have said, I think the sticker shock price on this is going to be like nothing we have seen before. I think it's going to be very eyebrow raising, but we'll wait and see. Have to wait and see. All right, now Jazzy Jazz is back. Thank you for sending that through, Jazz. Jazz has been on adventures all over the place. Welcome back, mate.
Thanks, man, but it's kind of like right where you're at, beside where you're at.
I know, you were just over the water. Over the water. Nobody else? Collection speculation? I mean, there's, what is there? Oxford Street? That's something that comes straight to mind. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's where people go shopping. Regent Street.
It's got to be stuff like that, surely. Yeah. Well, Nubbix, Nubbix is a big collection speculator. Are you keeping it under wraps, Nubs? What's going on?
Yeah, you don't want to tell people where you're going.
Queensgate.
I'm in that Discord with Nub, and if he talks, I'll cut him. There you go, Nub. That's all right. That's right.
Big Ben. All of those are going to be. They're going to be high
Big Ben, Parliament.
landmarks.
Look, kids.
Yeah.
You watched the Clark Grizzly. The Griswolds. Yeah, European Vacation. They can't get out of that roundabout. Look, kids, we know Big Ben, Parliament.
If you're going to London and thinking you're going to mint Big Ben, I think you're in for a rude shock. Yeah, unless they fob it up again, who knows? But yeah, landmarks are typically.
They always take those off.
Nowadays, it's not like back in the day.
Back in the days.
Well, I guess all we can really say is good luck, everybody, and have some fun. Play within your means. Don't go diving into grabbing hold of the FOMO dragon's tail and riding off into oblivion. That is financial advice. Yeah, don't spend more than you're willing to lose. So.
Yeah, be careful. That's not financial advice, guys. Be careful, because people will say, I could have bought this, but Ben told me not to, and I'm going to sue him. Well, not financial advice.
Yes, yeah, but yeah, just having been there, I know it's very easy to just go crazy and think, especially when people start talking in those little groups, you think, oh yeah, that does sound very good. So yeah, you can get yourself in a big black hole pretty quickly. Don't be an idiot, not financial advice. Yes.
Yes, that's the best. That's the best advice so far.
Absolutely. All right, we're going to move on and wrap this up. Things are a little bit different, as I said. We did have a weekly challenge from a couple of weeks back now. That was to let us know what kind of outdoor decor piece you would want and why. And assuming that I can click on the right thing, we're going to give that away right now. So we had Laban mentioned a garden swing. Maui wanted a seating with fire pit. Cassastra wanted a grill. 6 weeks 6 wanted a jacuzzi. Trendy prop Christmas spiral. Finsky, he went for the big dollars and a samurai surfer. NFT architect seating with fire pit. Dr. Red beats a samurai surfer as well. So let's see who's going to get what. Oh, look at that. That is one hell of a prize.
Wow.
Dr. Red Beats, congratulations on winning a Samurai Surfer. The base price on those is 200K. So that is a fairly decent prize for about 5 seconds of your time. And Dr. Red Beats was the only one who put a comment in on the YouTube description. So
yeah, he's good at commenting.
Thank you and congratulations. That's quite a prize. All right, now, as part of the changes that we got going on, there is no more 1 million UpX wheels at this stage. We're going to mix it up now for we're going to make it a decor wheel. So we know that a lot of people are out there wanting to, deck out their node projects, and especially, going for neighborhood ratings and this, that, and the other thing. So this is going to be a full-on decor wheel. Now, Jazz did send me the snapshot, so I will try and copy and paste that over now. So there's no, we may play around with this. We may do like things like the, what did we do before, the code phrase and all of that sort of stuff. We may look at doing that in future ones.
Paul Manning. Paul corrected you. Map asset wheel.
Map assets. Yes. FAP assets.
Oh my god.
Oh
yeah, the code phrase is Playa.
Yeah, well, there's no, you're not going to double up your assets for, at least not for this week. We may look at that in the future.
Yeah, okay.
Let me see what we're doing here. Like I said, we haven't done this before, so it will be a bit janky all over the place. Now, this snapshot was taken a while back, so if you are not in this list, please yell out either in voice or in chat. Cheese, if you can monitor chat, we've got Morecheese, Dak, Awesome, BC4FUN, C32, Caven Drifter, Dr. Ted Elijah, Finsky, Grizzly, Happy MFR, somebody called iPhone, Kinda, Noex, Laban Maui, Michael Collar, Paul Manning, Rob Shack, Shelter, Simone Prado, Space Joe, Zoe, Sines, Jazzy Jazz. Is anybody missing? Now, don't wait until I roll a reel and if everyone says, hey, I wasn't in the freaking list. Now's your chance.
Take my name out. I want more them to win it.
Yeah.
My cousin Bob. Drifter's cousin Bob.
All right, nobody's on voice. Anybody in chat? We're clear.
We're good, everybody. Come on, make sure
Going
you're
once,
in here to win.
going
here.
twice.
Kevin, Elijah, Finn. All right.
So this is kind of like the one me and Upix will. So this is to see who's going to go for the decor wheel. All right, so she's rolling. And nothing you have to do for this. It'll just be rolled straight away. Oh, look at that. It's the one and only Finsky.
Finsky.
And let me, I think I can just switch. No, I'll have to bounce out and bounce back in. Apologies. Now, I did scramble this together at last minute. So as I said, it might be janky, but we'll get there in the end. We'll fix it up. So this is just a full-on decor wheel sponsored by Samurai Aquatics, of course. There is one of every item that we have currently available on here. As with the 1 million Upix wheels, there is a higher chance that you will get a Halloween sign as opposed to some of the other ones, or a Christmas spiral. However, there is the Samurai Surfer on here as well. So let's see what Finsky's gonna win.
Joe is still with the joke. He's asleep. Remember that one time he got the 1 million?
Yes. Well, he doesn't have to be awake for this one, luckily. So congratulations, Finsky. Halloween sign on the way for you. Now, I will mention too that with the decor, it is still a bit of a janky process on getting that to you. If you cannot go to San Francisco to pick that up, like I would usually put that on reserve in the showroom for 68 Upx. That's just the way we track it in our books. If you can't physically get to San Francisco for that, that's fine. You just have to send a burner legit swap through. There's legit stores in most cities, and I think you can pick up legits now for what, 200 Upx or something. So where there's a will, there is a way. All right, that's all I've got. Unless anybody else has got something to say, we've still got 9 minutes. I got something to say.
Dun, dun. I killed your baby. Oh shoot! All right. It's Ben.
I got something to say.
Go for it, Jazzy. Take it away.
Did you guys already talk about cars and how successful the car sales were today?
I don't know if you're being sarcastic or not. Yes, we did touch on cars, but what's your angle? Where are you going?
I was just wondering what other people thought about how successful the sale went today.
I was just about to leave.
Well, it was very successful for Happy. He got a S1R.
Yeah, I think those S1Rs went fairly. I say fairly quickly. It seemed fairly quickly anyway, but there's only 10 of them each for each color. But for the rest of them, like the Series 2 and the Series 2, is it 2E or something?
Yep.
They appear to be still on sale.
Yes. Elijah said he got
That's
a
'cause-
red S2. Yep. Sorry, go ahead. I cut somebody off.
Yeah. Oh no, that's just me happy. I just the reason for it is because they're selling for under mint a lot of that stuff, right? So like, why would you go and spin the epics, especially with London coming out, when you could go and drop, US dollar, sell it for cheaper, have it right away. On top of that, I mean, I'll be waiting, and I want to give full disclosure. So my wife is actually the one who won the S1R. I just gave her the money for it. And so I will be able to race with it, but it is her S1R, and everybody will be able to see that. I don't want anybody to think I'm like cheating or anything like that. I mean, he's actually met my wife and knows that she is a player in the game, and I'm not multi-accounting.
No worries. That sounds good. As I said,
I think that
congratulations.
what was good about this car sale was it really kind of demonstrated what people care about. They
Yep.
care about the limited runs of the S1Rs, and they care about the functionality of the cargo vans.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of what we touched on, Jazz, that you missed. Yeah, Cheese.
Happy. Let Lizette know that's what happened with me and my husband. He won the S1E a whiles back when they were selling it out, and I said to Lizette, I said, hey, listen, I'm gonna purchase it from him for the right amount. And she said, as long as it's not for like a small amount, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I kind of figured, like, the way I see it is, if I'm going to ask, I definitely need to reach out and just let them know, because otherwise I'm sure there'll be some red flag set up. She's like,
exactly. Make
like,
sure
so,
you.
and she was pro status, and I was like, do not upgrade, like, just buy the freaking S1R, and that's it. Like, don't upgrade, don't do anything like that, because I knew sending her 800K was gonna basically could have put her over the line, and that would have been probably a violation.
I think as long as you let one of the CMs know and let them know how exactly you're doing it, you're good.
Yep.
So it's not sneaky under the table stuff, because I've been there, done that.
Well, like, the worst thing would be to just wake up and I'm in jail, right? Like in Alcatraz, and it's like, when it's preventable, all you have to do is be upfront. I mean, and like, my wife's actually met all of them as well, so it's like, I'm not freaking multi-accounting. She actually was even at work and did it all on her phone by herself. I was very proud of her.
Yeah, I met your wife. She's as happy as you are. I love you guys.
You know what, Morecheese, when you were saying about let the CM know about like the deal, what's happening, what you're planning to do. But what if, say, in the future they look at the history and then
you have that DM. You have that DM.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, the chances are, I've mentioned this a few times, because of the way that multi-accounting and flagging has a heavily guilty by association aspect to it. We've seen dozens and dozens of community members get jailed for no fault of their own, and they eventually get out. I think we're all. I'd be very surprised if you stick around in this game that you don't one day wake up in jail, and then you have to backtrack and justify yourself out of it. I think there's almost an inevitability to it. So
that's like real life for me.
Nice. Yes. I think that's
also there was a London announcement at Meetup. I don't know if you guys covered that.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the plane and be there.
Are you?
No, I'm just being facetious. Sorry.
All right. On that note, I think we covered a lot today with everything that happened. And thank you to Caven and BC that jumped in to talk about things. Like I said, this show is open to the public. We value everybody's inputs and opinions, as heavily biased as they may be. So those opportunities are always available to jump in and get involved. Cheese, I think you can probably wrap us up unless there's anything you want to go out
Well,
on.
I just want to say, Upland Puppet. I'm calling you Paul, but you're Upland Puppet. Stay fresh, cheese bags.
Yeah, I missed that too. I've been.
Yeah, right.
Sorry.
Come on.
Yeah. Come on, Puppet.
I'm sorry.
Gosh.
Like, who is this Paul guy? Why is he so chatty?
Do you know what it is? I'm at work, so I'm on my phone, and I saw it come up. So much for me being in the dark about who's the puppet.
No, you can't go incognito.
Nice to meet you guys. I am Paul Manning, by the way. Oh wait, here I am.
Here he is.
Hey,
Ben, get a different job. Come on, do this full time. We need to figure out how to get you paid full time to do this, so we can do longer shows.
What about me? Like, what am I, chopped liver in here?
No, geez, I didn't even think you had a job. I thought you'd do this full time.
yes,
like, Ben,
one day.
Ben. Yes.
Hey guys,
jealous.
here, look.
I'm
I'll show you. I'll show you really quick. Look at. I warehouse cargo engines now.
Oh wow.
It's crazy, right? They're
That
huge.
is crazy.
Look how big this freaking thing is.
That's mental.
But yeah, this was the job I had to leave you guys for, all my friends.
I hate your job, by the way.
I used to work from home. It was so great. I could just do the
know.
podcast and tell my boss I was busy.
Where's your puppet? I miss everything about you and that little fucking guy. That guy.
Oh, do you know I had a battle with the tanks the other day, and Marty held the battle?
Aww.
He
Why
got
didn't
all
you
fired.
poke me to come in? I could have
Well-
used that kind of positivity.
Well, because we were going through the trial run, so I didn't want to get embarrassed in front of you, Cheese.
No, never.
I'll definitely let you guys know when we do it again. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
No worries.
But
Well,
I can talk all day, guys.
So
I got a passenger van.
Oh, that's cool. So you take me to Costco?
Yeah. What are you gonna do with a passenger van? I FOMO'd out completely. I don't even have 5
No,
friends.
it's gonna be for the future. Like, I know Dak touched on this before as well. The cargo is gonna be sooner, and the passenger thing is gonna be later.
And I think somebody asked, we can move cargo in a passenger van still, right? I didn't even see if it had an amount of cargo it can move.
Well, we talked about this. I think it might have been on the Morecheese show. Technically, you can move cargo with your S1R if you really wanted to, because there is a capacity there. But would you want to? It just depends.
No.
Put onto people's laps.
Yeah. What do you put in the glove box?
Big
All right,
samurai statue.
Now that we know that Paul Manning is the puppet, we will endeavour to poke you a bit more moving forward. If you
can't tell, but I'm bright red right now. Yes.
That's why I don't drink. That's why I don't drink, because I turn to a tomato.
Yep. Oh, you guys are going to see me as a tomato at Las Vegas. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's so cool. You're going. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm putting a couple back. It's going to be fun.
I might have an amaretto sour, but that's it.
Do it, Cheese. All right, guys. I'll see you.
All right.
Bye.
Take care, buddy.
On that note, thank you, everybody, and we shall catch you next week. Are you looking for some of that quality outdoor decor? But you got no freaking idea where to go? Oh, come on over to Samurai Aquatics and Decor for all your outdoor decor needs. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Yeah, just delete that. I'm still not ready, sorry. Got yourself an empty plot of boring virtual real estate in the metaverse, do you? Or maybe some kind of crappy ramshackle building that, I don't know, needs a bit of extra spunk to it or something. And stop mucking about and get yourself over to Samurai Aquatics Discord to see all our available stock. We've got loads of different decor to spend your pretend money on. We got saunas to fire you up and ice baths to chew you the fudge out. Literally stock coming out of our ears. Grills, swings, seating and more. So much more. And if we don't got it, give us a buzz and we could probably make it. Get yourself on over to Samurai Aquatics at 30 Aqua Vista Way in Midtown Terrace, San Francisco, lickety split, and gorge yourself on outdoor decor.